Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, folks, well, All-Star Weekend is here, and no one is excited about it. But before we get into the show, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. It's just a damn shame, it's a damn shame because the All-Star Weekend, forget about the All-Star game, the All-Star Weekend was something that really excited people like myself years ago. I remember voting in some of those games, going all the way back to when like Steve Francis was in the league and all of that. It was just a really exciting time to be an NBA fan, but obviously things have changed since then, and the NBA's kind of gone in a different direction. So going into this All-Star Weekend, as a matter of fact, I wasn't even aware. The only thing that kind of made me aware that the All-Star Weekend was coming up was when I was hearing certain teams were going to be playing any more games because of All-Star Weekend. I was like, oh, that's right. That thing. That thing still exists. That's right. So I have absolutely zero enthusiasm. I generally don't watch the Friday nights anyway. Saturday nights used to be really cool because of the slam dunk contest, the three-point contest, even the skills contest. That really used to be really cool, right? But this time around, I'm not even paying attention. So last night, people were playing, I think, Costin. I didn't give a damn. I didn't pay any attention to it. So I woke up this morning and I was just kind of looking for what to talk about, and I came across a very, very interesting article here that I got from Front Office Sports, and it has the following headline. It says, the NBA's latest attempt to solve the All-Star Game conundrum. And as I was reading the article, I was saying to myself, like, yo, how did these guys let the NBA get to this point after what got players like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan did for the league? Like, Jordan and these guys elevated the league to a point where it hasn't been, frankly, since then. And then now it's like we're searching for answers to salvage a simple weekend. Something that used to be so rudimentary has become something complicated. So I actually started reading the article. It's actually a pretty long read, but it makes some interesting points that I want to touch on today. But before we even get into this Front Office report, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into this report here. It's pretty long, but let's see how much we can cover. Commissioner Adam Silver has not shied away from admitting the league has a problem on its hands with the All-Star Game, and it has been open about searching for ways to improve the format in recent years. I haven't given up yet on the All-Star still being competitive for fans, Silver said in January. Throughout the past decade or so, the prestige of making the All-Star Game has remained for players and fans, but the game itself has become increasingly unserious. Defense has gone from optimal to non-existent. Last year's game produced a record 397 points, with many walking up and down the court, launching half-court bombs, and throwing endless alley-hoops. For many years, the NBA's exhibition was a legitimate tradition, and the top stars like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant would battle in earnest. During the Golden Age, the All-Star Game MVP was a coveted award. The idea of showcasing the league's top talent has been lost to lackluster effort as players try to protect their bodies for the rest of the season. The NBA's ongoing experimental phase is not unlike those of other major North American leagues. The NBA included a draft from 2018 to 2023, but nothing has stuck. Fan attention continues to wane. Last year's game averaged 5.4 million viewers, the second lowest viewership for the game, ahead only of the previous year where it had 4.6 million. So this year, the league made its most drastic change, a 4-team tournament in which each game is the first to score 40 points. The idea was to create shorter games in a street-like ball atmosphere to generate more effort from the players. Awkwardness would not help the last edition become more than a stopgap. The rosters were picked by the talent of the ongoing right holders, and the highlight of last year's All-Star Saturday night has been nixed. Players buy-in. Silver said he consulted the National Basketball Players Association and many perennial All-Stars, including Stephen Curry, on the change. Curry said he likes where Silver landed on this year's format, which will be hosted by the Warriors in the Bay. However, LeBron James and Kevin Durant, two of the other members of the trio dubbed the leagues as the NBA's OGs, don't share similar sentiments. In December, after the rules were announced, Durant called it terrible. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. We should just go back to East-West. I think we've been trying to bring that flair back somehow with the All-Star Weekend, but I think we just got to keep it traditional, Durant said. James was more in favor of change, but said he wasn't consulted by the league and is unsure about its the effectiveness. It's different. I don't know. I have many ideas of what could possibly work, James said in December. We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night. It then goes on. Saturday's woes. All-Star Saturday night, typically highlighted by the slam dunk contest, has also lost its luster, largely because it has been unable to attract top-level names. Four-time All-Star Jaylen Brown participated last year, but before him, the last player who was an All-Star and dunk contest participant in the same year was DeAndre Jordan in 2017. This year, the pool consists of two rookies and a two-time champion, Mac McClung, who has played in just 5 NBA games. Like Sunday's game, top players have shied away from competing in a dunk contest to avoid injury risk. It doesn't help that the two recent names who legitimized the contest, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, ended their legacies on a sour note. After winning back-to-back dunk contests in 2015 and 2016, LaVine felt that the need to prove himself more as an overall player. After Gordon failed to win on 3 different occasions, he said in 2020 that he was done competing and should have 2 trophies. So you heard what the report had to say. Look, what are my thoughts about this? I think that we've possibly reached the point of no return. I don't expect much from this weekend. And I think the two culprits for this situation is Adam Silver and the players. It's that simple. Adam Silver created a climate in which players feel like they can walk all over him. That's number one, because none of this would be happening under the stewardship of David Stern. That's number one. Number two, the players themselves. We put up a poll on our channel. Let me just see how long ago we put up this poll. We put up this poll about just over an hour ago, right? And the question we asked to the audience was simply this: who's most to blame for the erosion of the NBA game? Out of the 600 voters, 54% said Adam Silver, 46% said the players. And I didn't even go through the comments yet, but I'm sure it's a combination of the two. This is where we are. This is what happens when you try to pander to your players, and now you have a league where no one cares. And I think in the next few years, the All-Star game is probably just going to disappear. All-Star weekend, just going to disappear. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. You know, players are making more money than ever before, but now they seem to be giving us less and less and less. So every day you turn around, there's a new player, active player with a podcast, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous at this point. I don't want to hear a single word from a single player that has a podcast during the NBA season, bro, I don't care to hear what you think. I want to know how you're performing on the court. I don't care to listen to your podcast during the regular season. I just don't. I'm interested in you in the first place because you play basketball, not because you're sitting here talking about yourself and other basketball topics. Maybe when you're retired, sure. But when you're playing, I don't really care to hear from you. But these guys don't really care. And if you look at the podcast with players that are active, they usually have the worst views. The ones that do the best are players that are retired for the most part. So this is where we at, man. The Cupcake era. Shout out to them. I'm out. You guys leave your thoughts in the comments. Catch you on the next one. Peace.